Hi there, boys and girls. This is the greatest here of all time sports fan traveler. I'm at the Royal Palace in Libya, Tripoli, Libya. I want you to pay attention to a pigeon you see right there. A pigeon. That wasn't there before the Libyan Civil War. You want to know what happened? During the Libyan Civil War, an artiste picked up all the shell fragments from the Libyan Civil War. And you know what? I'm sick of all this war. I'm going to put all those shell fragments from the guns. I'm gonna create a pigeon, if you let me. And they did. And so that's what that is. I'm going to go in closer, don't worry. We just had a guy drive in here. This place is closed, but because I'm the greatest. Sports fan traveler, I got in. Yeah, because I know people. Of course I paid them, but I still know people. Boys and girls, Royal Palace, I'm gonna pick up the tripod. We're gonna get a little bit closer here. Now it is a little bit windy right now. The wind is chill. Do not despair. This is my real hair. And unlike yesterday when I got here from Cairo, last night I took a shower. So I washed my hair. Yesterday, even when I don't wash my hair, I'm pretty. But make sure you wash your hair every day. Unless you sleep in an airport in Cairo and you left your shampoo in your check-in bag. Here we go. So birds and girls, that's a pigeon. All that material was built from bullet fragments that were scattered all across this compound, the Royal Palace, after the Libyan Civil War. And a local artist said, you know what? A pigeon is a symbol of peace. Pigeon don't try to get in any fights. Why? Because it's a pigeon. The pigeon stands for peace. Did you know that? You know it now. And so that's all made of bullet fragments. It's a Friday here in Tripoli. Fridays in the Muslim world, it's like a holiday. It's like the weekend in America, Saturday, Sunday, especially Friday. Friday's the morning call to prayer, or afternoon call to prayer, or the call to prayer. Hey, let's check out the Libyan flags. The wind's blowing. Now you might be wondering if you're a history of architecture that this is sports travel. This looks kind of Italian. Oh, you're onto something. The Italians once occupied Libya. All of Europe, check that, all of Africa was colonized by Europe except for Libya. No, Liberia. Oh, I made you blink. Liberia. So boys and girls, you saw me as I was walking toward the pigeon, back to where we started from, Lorena. A lot of artifacts there. Now this compound, as you can also see, needs a little, don't go, yeah, a little TLC, Jason Waterfalls. Flowers are nice. It's San Diego weather without the wind, and there's no wind now. Do not despair. I do wish I had more of my former hair. I'm gonna pick up the tripod again because I'm in such a damn good mood, because you wanna know why? You wanna know why? Last night I saw Go Americans. That would be soccer in my 134th FIFA member country. You know where I'm going to be tomorrow? I'm going to gain time. I'm going to North America. I'm going to be Mexico. But first I'm going to go to the U.S. Sweet home, Chicago. I'm not going to Chicago. I've been here before. I'm going to change planes, Jane, in Chicago from Istanbul to Guadalajara to see Chivas. And then I'm going to go home for Guadalajara, TJ. You know I'm going to sleep Monday night? in my own bed. So it is Friday in honor of Barbara Wawa, 24 April 2026. And it's about almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But in America, y'all still sleeping. So I'm gonna fly to Istanbul later tonight, change planes to Chicago, and then Chicago to Guadalajara, see a little go, and maybe some we talking baseball in Mexico, and then I'm flying to TJ. On the border with San Diego, and then I haven't slept in my own bed since 4 March, and it's 24 April, and I promised you that I would show you more, so here we go. Boys and girls, you always gotta watch your step, or as they say in Britain, mind the gap. Looks like I might have another conversation with the sun after this here video. Listen, son, here's the deal. We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. I only got a few more hours here in Tripoli, and you're gonna stay out, even though I got a bad sunburn. Or I'm gonna whoop you silly like a Joe Frazier, son, and listening, Lord. Oh, getting all excited. Boys and girls, I gotta tell you a story before we finish. If my grandmama was here, she'd say, Joey, you're in Libya? Well, isn't that a riot? She used to say that. Isn't that a riot? In Afghanistan, Somalia. You cannot be serious. Yeah. Isn't that a riot from Libya? We'll see you later. Rest in peace, Grandma. Gigi. Boys and girls, it's the GOAT here, the greatest of all time sports fan traveler. To be honest, on a non-sports travel day, because I'm going home, on the way home. Tomorrow I'm going to see some football in Mexico. Today is 24 April, a Friday, in honor of Barbara Wawa. We're in touch, so you'll be in touch. Okay, Barbara, rest in peace, brother. I mean, sister. All right, here's the deal, let me feel. This is the other side of the Royal Palace. Royal with cheese. No. Royal Palace in Tripoli, not Paris. The sun is going this direction, but this side, yeah, I don't know about you. I never said I was the smartest, but yeah, this used to be a waterfall. Probably back when Gaddafi was, being a badass dictator before they killed his ass. This is one of the waterfalls, but. Now, boys and girls, in these here videos, I try to educate my fellow Americans. I don't try to tell you, oh yeah, we're in a Muslim country. Did I mention it's Friday call to prayer? Is that why I'm the only one here? Yeah, pretty much. Everything's closed on Friday. Friday's like Sunday in America. Except, in the big cities like New York. Actually, most of the cities. That's coming from there. Yeah. Can you hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear me? Meanwhile, I'm going to show you this, because the sun's hitting it like me. Look at me. Got a bad sun. I did shave this morning. Caught myself in Milan about 5 days ago. What does Milan and Tripoli have in common? Oh, this used to be occupied by them Italians. That's right. All of Africa, boys and girls, was once colonized, except for one country that rhymes with one of my favorite Duran Duran songs. Notorious, notorious. Liberia. Actually, it doesn't rhyme. I just felt like singing that. So here's the deal, Lemon Peel. I got a policeman who took me over here, but one thing you gotta learn about Libya is you never, ever, 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 never, ever, ever, never take a picture of a police gang. Because you just don't do that. This is a police state. Yeah, you don't. You don't take no video, and you don't take no pictures. They nice, but they don't want them picture taken. You follow me, dog? Now, second to that, you don't take no pictures of women. Oh, speaking of dog, we got a dog in the form of fountain. Here we go. You see that, boys and girls? Those are like little two puppies, I think. I'm going to show you a little bit more this way here. So, this is the second of two videos about the Royal Palace in Tripoli. Now, here's the deal, Lemon Peel. I took a bunch of photos and I did a main video on the other side of this here palace, facing the sun. But over there's a better view, Boogaloo, because you can really get a great sense of the Italian architecture. Now, if these fountains was going, oh, I would have taken some nice pictures. But as you can see, these fountains probably haven't been going since Gaddafi was in power. Yeah. So Libya's got two countries. You got Libya, Tripoli, the government here. In Western Libya, it's recognized by most international nations, although the U.S. has got no embassy here. And then you have a separate second government in Eastern Libya that's not recognized by most Western nations. In fact, that government is the one where 4 U.S. personnel were killed. One of them was Ambassador Stevens in, I want to say, 2011. And that's been Gaza. One of the reasons this back is, you get 2 hands in a cookie jar. Right? You only got to have 1 hand in a cookie jar at a time. Use your manners. So consequently, boys and girls, as a result of that, Libya's still got a lot of problems. You're seeing them here. Ooh, there's a cat too. No, that's a dog. Is that a dog or a cat? Or there's a policeman by there, so I can't. That's a dog. Oh, it's the same dog. Dog, it's the same dog. So, as I was saying, Libya got a lot of problems. Now, I got here yesterday. I'm only here for about maybe 36, 46, 48 hours. You might be saying to yourself, Mr. Marshall, how come you gonna stay in Libya long? Libya's not a place. If you're a Western white-ass cracker like me, that ain't a place you want to stay a long time. Trust me. And by the way, this economy here, the ATMs, you better bring your USD or you're going to be in trouble oh so unpleasantly. So it's a cash economy, much like Eritrea, the place to be. Now, not only did Italy occupy Libya, it also occupied Eritrea. And briefly, during the Second World War, it occupied Ethiopia. Now, there's an argument to be made that Liberia is not the only country never to be colonized. And that argument is it's a good argument, actually. It's actually an excellent argument. Ethiopia. Because Ethiopia was occupied by the Italians during the Second World War, but it wasn't colonized by the Italians. So if the definition is colonization, not colonization and occupation, then we're talking about two. We got Liberia and we got Ethiopia. Now, Liberia is an interesting story. If you watch my Liberia videos, I explain that. But the Cliff Notes version is there was a experiment. You have to understand the time period. This is 1800s, brothers and sisters. There was an experiment to send American slaves to Africa to form their own country. Obviously, that's not something that we would do in 2026. But in the 1800s, weren't exactly progressive times. So all to watch one of my separate videos on Liberia. In fact, in the Liberia video is also when I talk about my 52 hours of detention in the Hokey Pokey in the Central African Republic, which has nothing to do with Libya or Liberia, other than the fact that I was in detention for 52 hours in the Central African Republic. So forward this way is my guide and the tourist police. Today I'm flying to Istanbul, where I was, less than a month ago to see Turkey play Romania. And I saw Turkey win. That night, I was in Istanbul. Tonight, I'm just transitioning, get a new flight to Sweet Home, Chicago. Holy cow, that's my real hair. And then, Guadalajara, I'm going to see Chivas, the goats. Because I'm the goat. And then I'm going to go to TJ. I'm going to go home. Now, you hear that noise? Boys and girls, that noise? Yeah. This is Friday. Friday call to prayer. One last look, boys and girls. Here we go. I mentioned this in the Yemen videos. I'll mention it here in this year videos. It's sad. This country, like Yemen, has got so much potential. Oh my God, it's got so much potential. For economic success, for the people's standard of living to go up. But the problem is, cover your ears now. That government's fucked up. So they gotta fix that problem. I told you to cover your ears if you don't like that. See, I always give you a warning. Boys and girls, what you notice about me? I'm always smiling. Have you smiled today? Have you had your Guinness today? If you don't have a Guinness, at least smile today. Do it for me. We'll see you next week. From Tripoli.